Day 44. Numbers 11 to 13. Numbers chapter 11. The people murmur and are punished with fire. Pharaoh appoints 70 ancients for assistance to Moses. They prophesy. The people have their fill of flesh, but forthwith many die of the plague. In the meantime there arose a murmuring of the people against the Lord, as it were repining at the fatigue. And when the Lord heard it, he was angry. And the fire of the Lord being kindled against them devoured him that were at the uttermost part of the camp. And when the people cried to Moses, Moses prayed to the Lord, and the fire was swallowed up. And he called the name of that place the burning, for the fire of the Lord had been kindled against them. The burning, Hebrew Tabor. For a mixed multitude of people that came up with them burned the desire, sitting and weeping, the children of Israel also being joined with them, and said, Who shall give us flesh to eat? A mixed multitude. These were people that came with them out of Egypt, who were not of the race of Israel, who, by their murmuring, drew also the children of Israel to murmur. This should teach us the danger of associating ourselves with the children of Egypt, that is, with the lovers and admirers of this wicked world. We remember the fish that we ate in Egypt free cost, the cucumbers come into our mind, and the melons, and the leeks, and the onions, and the garlic. Our soul is dry, our eyes behold nothing against the manna. Now the manna was like coriander seed, and the garlic bdellium. Bdellium, according to Pliny 1:21c. 9. Was of the color of a man's nail, white and bright. And the people went about, and gathering it, ground it in a mill, or beat it in a mortar, and boiled it in a pot, and made cakes thereof of the taste of bread tempered with oil. And when the dew fell in the night upon the camp, the men also fell with it. Now Moses heard the people weeping by their families, every one at the door of his tent. And the wrath of the Lord was exceedingly enkindled, to Moses also the things seen insupportable. And he said to the Lord, Why hast thou afflicted thy servant? Wherefore do I not find favor before thee? And why hast thou laid the weight of all these people upon me? Have I conceived all this multitude, or begotten them, that thou shouldst say to me, Carry them in thy bosom as the nurses want to carry the little infant, and bear them into the land, for which thou hast sworn to their fathers? Whence should I have flesh to give to so great a multitude? They weep against me, saying, Give us flesh that we may eat. I am not able alone to bear all these people, because it is too heavy for me. But if it seem unto thee otherwise, I beseech thee to kill me, and let me find grace in thy eyes, that I be not afflicted with so great evils. And the Lord said to Moses, Gather unto me 70 men of the ancients of Israel, whom thou knowest to be ancients and masters of the people, and thou shalt bring them to the door of the tabernacle of the covenant, and shalt make them stand there with thee 70 men. This was the first institution of the council or senate, called the Sanhedrin, consisting of 70 or 72 senators or counselors, that I may come down and speak with thee, and I will take of thy spirit, and will give to them, that I may bear with thee the burden of the people, and thou mayest not be burdened alone. And thou shalt say to the people, Be them divide, marry thou flesh. For I have heard thee say, Who will give us flesh to eat? It was well with us in Egypt, that the Lord may give you flesh, and you may eat, not for 1 day, nor 2, nor 5, nor 10, nor for 20, but even for a month of days, till it come out at your nostrils, and become loathsome to you, because you have cast off the Lord, who is in the midst of you, and have wept before him, saying, Why came we out of Egypt? And Moses said, There are 600,000 footmen of this people, and sayest thou, I will give them flesh to eat a whole month. Shall then a multitude of sheep and oxen be killed, that it may suffice for their food? Or shall the fishes of the sea be gathered together to fill them? And the Lord answered him, Is the hand of the Lord unable? Thou shalt presently see whether my word shall come to pass or no. Moses therefore came, and told the people the words of the Lord, and assembled 70 men of the ancients of Israel, and made them to stand about the tabernacle. And the Lord came down in a cloud, and spoke to him, taking away the spirit that was in Moses, and giving to the 70 men. And when the spirit had rested on them, they prophesied, nor did this cease afterwards. Now there remained in the camp 2 of the men, of whom one was called Eldad, and the other Medad, upon whom the spirit rested, for they also had been in roll, but were not gone forth to the tabernacle. And when they prophesied in the camp, there ran a young man, and told Moses, saying, Eldad and Medad prophesy in the camp. Forthwith Joshua the son of Nun, the minister of Moses, and told him not of many, saying, My lord Moses forbid them. For he said, Why hast thou emulation for me? Oh, that all the people might prophesy, and that the Lord would give them his spirit. And Moses returned, with the ancients of Israel, into the camp. And a wind going out from the Lord, taking quails up beyond the sea, brought them, and cast them into the camp for the space of 1 day's journey, on every side of the camp round about, and they flew near 2 cubits high above the ground. The people therefore rising up all that day and night, and the next day, gathered together quails, he that at least 10 cores, and they dried them round about the camp, as yet the flesh was between their teeth, neither had that kind of meat fail, when behold the wrath of the Lord being provoked against the people struck them with an exceeding great plague. And that place was called the graves of lust, for there they buried the people that had lusted. And departing from the graves of lust, they came unto Hazeroth, and abode there. The graves of lust, or the sepulchres of concupiscence, so called from their irregular desire of flesh. In Hebrew, Kibroth, Howel. Numbers chapter 12. Mary and Aaron remembered as Moses, whom God praiseth above other prophets. Mary being struck with leprosy, Aaron confesseth his fault. Moses prayeth for her, and after 7 days' separation from the camp she is restored. And Mary and Aaron spoke against Moses, because of his wife the Ethiopian. Sephora the wife of Moses was of Midian, which bordered upon the land of Chus or Ethiopia. One know that the Ethiopia here spoken of is not that of Africa, but that of Arabia. And they said, Hath the Lord spoken by Moses only? Hath he not also spoken to us in like manner? And when the Lord heard this, for Moses was a man exceeding meek above all men that dwelt upon earth, exceeding meek. Moses, being the meekest of men, would not contain for himself. Therefore God inspired him to write here his own defense, and the Holy Spirit, whose dictate he wrote, obliged him to declare the truth, though it was so much to his own praise. Immediately he spoke to him and to Aaron and Mary, Come out, you 3 only, to the tabernacle of the covenant. And when they were come out, the Lord came down in a pillar of the cloud, and stood in the entry of the tabernacle, calling to Aaron and Mary. And when they were come, he said to them, Hear my words. If they be among thee a prophet of the Lord, I will appear to him in a vision, or I will speak to him in a dream. But it is not so with my servant Moses, who is most faithful in all my house, for I speak to him mouth to mouth, and plainly, and not by riddles and figures doth he see the Lord. Why then were ye not afraid to speak ill of my servant Moses? On being angry with them, he went away. The cloud also that was over the tabernacle departed, and behold, Mary appeared white as snow with leprosy. And when Aaron had looked on her, and saw her all covered with leprosy, he said to Moses, I beseech thee, my Lord, lay not upon us this sin, which we have foolishly committed. Let her not be as one dead, and as an abode of theft cast forth from the mother's womb. Lo, now 1/2 of her flesh is consumed with the leprosy. And Moses cried to the Lord, saying, O God, I beseech thee, heal her. And the Lord answered him, If her father had spit upon her face, ought she not to have been ashamed for 7 days at least? Let her be separated 7 days without the camp, and afterwards she shall be called again. Mary therefore was put out of the camp 7 days, and the people moved not from that place until Mary was called again. Numbers chapter 13. The 12 spies who sent to view the land. The relation they make of it. And the people marched from Athroth, and pitched their tents in the desert of Paran. And there the Lord spoke to Moses, saying, Send men to view the land of Canaan, which I will give to the children of Israel, one of every tribe of the rulers. Moses did what the Lord had commanded, sending from the desert of Paran principal men, whose names are these: of the tribe of Reuben, Semi the son of Zercher; of the tribe of Simon, Sapha the son of Uri; of the tribe of Judah, Caleb the son of Jephone; of the tribe of Ego the son of Joseph; of the tribe of Ephraim, Osi the son of Nun; of the tribe of Benjamin, Phalti the son of Raphu; of the tribe of Zebulun, Gediel the son of Sodi; of the tribe of Joseph, of the scepter of Manasseh, Gadi the son of Suzi; of the tribe of Dan, Amiel the son of Jemali; of the tribe of Asher, Esther the son of Michael; of the tribe of Naphtali, Nahabi the son of Vapsi; of the tribe of Gad, Gil the son of Macha. These are the names of the men whom Moses sent to view the land, and he called Osi son of Mun, Jasi. And Moses sent them to view the land of Canaan, and said to them, Go ye up by the south side. And when ye shall come to the mountains, view the land, of what sort it is, and the people that are the inhabitants thereof, whether they be strong or weak, few in number or many, the land itself, whether it be good or bad, what manner of cities, walled or without walls, the ground, fat or barren, woody or without trees. Be of good courage, and bring us of the fruits of the land. Now it was the time when the first ripe grapes of it to be eaten. And when they were gone up, they viewed the land from the desert of Sin unto Rohab as they enter into Amath. And they went up on the south side, and came to Hebron, where were Chimon and Sosai and Thuman, sons of Anak. For Hebron was built 7 years before Tanis, the city of Egypt. And forward as far as the torrent of the cluster of grapes, they cut off a branch with its cluster of grapes, which 2 men carried upon a lever. They took also of the pomegranates and of the figs with their plapes, which was called an Oleka, that is to say, the torrent of the cluster of grapes, which from thence the children of the vale carried a cluster of grapes. And they that went to spy out the land returned after 40 days, having gone round all the country, and came to Moses and Aaron and to all the assembly of the children of Israel to the desert of Paran, which is in Cades. And speaking to them and to all the multitude, they showed them the fruits of the land. And they related and said, We came into the land to which thou sentest us, which in very deed floweth with milk and honey, as may be known by these fruits, which have very strong inhabitants, and the cities are great and walled. We saw there very Anak. Amalek dwelleth in the south, the Hethite and the Jebusite and the Amorite in the mountains, but the Canaanite biteth by the sea and near the streams of the Jordan. In the meantime Caleb, still the murmuring of the people that rose against Moses, said, Let us go up and possess the land, for we shall be able to conquer it. But the others that had been with him said, No, we are not able to go up to this people, because they are stronger than we. And this spoke ill of the land, which they had viewed before the children of Israel, saying, The land which we have viewed before, its inhabitants, the people that we beheld are of tall stature. Spoke ill, etc. These men, who by their misrepresentations of the land of promise discouraged the Israelites from attempting the conquest of it, were a figure of worldlings, who, by decrying or misrepresenting true devotion, discouraged Christians from seeking in earnest and acquiring so great a good, and thereby securing to themselves a happy eternity. There we saw several monsters of the sons of Anak, of the giant kind, and the parson of Huram, we seemed like locusts.